Question 1. Where are you from?
I'm from Lakshmipur, a small but lively town in Bangladesh. It's not as modern as Dhaka, but it has a peaceful vibe that I really enjoy. I like the fact that everyone knows each other and life feels less rushed. Sometimes I do miss the opportunities a bigger city offers, but overall, I feel proud of where I come from because it shaped who I am today.
Question 2. Do you work or study?
Currently, I work as a police officer, which is both challenging and rewarding. I chose this career because I wanted to serve my community and maintain peace. It's not always easy since the hours can be long, but the satisfaction I get when I solve problems or help people in need makes it worthwhile. Besides, the job constantly teaches me discipline and patience, which I value a lot.
Question 3. Do you enjoy your work or studies? Why?
Yes, I genuinely enjoy my work. The main reason is that it gives me a sense of purpose. I feel like I'm making a real difference in people's lives. Of course, there are stressful days, but I believe every profession has its ups and downs. What keeps me motivated is the respect I receive from the community and the chance to improve myself through different experiences.
Question 4. How do you usually spend your weekends?
On weekends, I usually try to relax and spend time with my family because my weekdays are often quite busy. I like playing with my little kids, watching a TV show with my wife, or sometimes going out for a short trip nearby. I believe weekends should be a balance of rest and fun, so I avoid overworking and try to recharge for the upcoming week.
Question 5. Do you have any hobbies? Tell me about them.
Yes, I do. My main hobby is watching anime, especially action and fantasy series. I enjoy it because it helps me escape from daily stress and also sparks my imagination. For example, when I watch a series like One Punch Man or Battle Through the Heavens, I get inspired by the characters' struggles and determination. I think hobbies are important because they add joy and creativity to our lives.
Question 6. Why did you choose that job?
I chose to become a police officer because I always wanted a career that gave me both discipline and the chance to serve people. From a young age, I admired how police officers maintain peace and protect society, and I wanted to be part of that. Although the training was tough and the responsibilities are heavy, I believe this job allows me to make a meaningful contribution to my country.
Question 7. Do you enjoy your work?
Yes, I genuinely enjoy my work. The main reason is that it gives me a sense of purpose. I feel like I'm making a real difference in people's lives. Of course, there are stressful days, but I believe every profession has its ups and downs. What keeps me motivated is the respect I receive from the community and the chance to improve myself through different experiences.
Question 8. What is your typical day like?
My day usually starts very early in the morning. I first make sure I'm ready for duty, and then I check the office or field tasks assigned to me. Throughout the day, I handle different responsibilities such as maintaining law and order, supervising my team, or assisting people who come with problems. By the evening, I try to finish on time so I can spend some quality moments with my family before resting for the next day.
Question 9. How do you usually spend your weekends?
Weekends are very special to me because I finally get to slow down. I usually spend them with my wife and children, playing with my little ones, watching a favorite anime, or sometimes going for a family outing nearby. Since weekdays are full of pressure, I use weekends to recharge myself and create happy memories with my family.
Question 10. Do you prefer to stay at home or go out in your free time?
Most of the time, I prefer to stay at home in my free time because it gives me comfort and peace of mind. I like sitting with my wife and children, watching something entertaining, or simply relaxing after a busy week. However, once in a while, I also enjoy going out for a short trip nearby, as it breaks the routine and refreshes my mood.
Question 11. What do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I usually watch anime or read something related to self-improvement. Anime, especially action and fantasy series, gives me both entertainment and inspiration because I relate to the characters' struggles and determination. Besides that, I sometimes listen to music or help my children with small activities, which makes me feel more connected to them.
Question 12. Do you have any hobbies? Tell me about them.
Yes, one of my main hobbies is watching anime, and I would say it's more than just entertainment for me. For example, I've watched One Punch Man around 30 times because the mix of comedy and action always cheers me up. Another favorite is Battle Through the Heavens, where the character's perseverance reminds me of my own struggles in life. I believe hobbies are important because they recharge us and bring balance to our busy schedules.
Question 13. Tell me about your hometown.
My hometown is Lakshmipur, which is a quiet and friendly place in Bangladesh. It's not as crowded or fast-paced as Dhaka, but that's exactly what I like about it. The people are warm-hearted, and life feels simpler there. Of course, it lacks some modern facilities, but whenever I visit, I feel a deep sense of belonging because it holds so many memories from my childhood.
Question 14. What is your house or flat like?
At present, I live in a modest but comfortable house that suits my family well. It's not very big, but it has everything we need. I especially like how my wife keeps it neat and organized, which makes the home feel warm and welcoming. To me, a house doesn't need to be luxurious. What matters is the sense of peace and togetherness we share inside it.
Question 15. Which is your favorite room at home and why?
My favorite room is the living room because that's where my family spends most of our time together. We gather there to watch TV, play with the kids, or sometimes talk after a long day. It feels like the heart of the home since all the happy moments and laughter usually happen in that space. For me, it represents comfort, love, and connection.
Question 16. Do you prefer living in a house or an apartment?
I definitely prefer living in a house because it gives more space and privacy for my family. With 2 little children, having a house means they can play freely without disturbing others, and we don't have to worry about noise from neighbors. An apartment might feel convenient in a big city, but I believe a house gives a warmer, family-friendly atmosphere.
Question 17. How long have you lived there? Would you like to move?
I have been living in my current house for several years now. It feels comfortable because I know the surroundings and my family has settled here. Honestly, I don't have a strong desire to move unless it's for professional reasons or to provide better educational facilities for my children. For now, I'm quite satisfied where we are.
Question 18. Tell me about your family.
My family is the most important part of my life. I live with my wife, who is a primary school teacher, and our 2 children, a 3-year-old daughter and a baby boy. Life with them is busy, but joyful. My wife is very supportive and keeps the home environment positive, while my kids give me endless energy after a tiring day at work.
Question 19. Who are you closest to in your family?
I would say I'm closest to my wife because she understands me better than anyone else. Whenever I'm stressed from work, she is the one I talk to, and she always gives me encouragement. At the same time, I share a very special bond with my daughter because she is old enough to talk and play with me, and those little conversations make me feel truly connected.
Question 20. Do you often meet your relatives?
I try to meet my relatives whenever I can, but honestly, my work schedule sometimes makes it difficult. Still, during festivals or special family events, we usually gather together, and it always feels refreshing. Spending time with relatives reminds me of my roots and gives me a sense of belonging, even though modern life often keeps us apart.
Question 21. Do you have many friends? How do you usually spend time with them?
Yes, I have a good number of friends, especially from my school days and from my profession. We don't meet every day, but when we do, we usually share meals, discuss our lives, or sometimes watch sports together. These friendships are valuable because they provide relaxation and honest conversations outside of work and family responsibilities.
Question 22. How often do you go shopping? What do you usually buy?
I go shopping once or twice a week, mostly for groceries and daily essentials. Since my wife is a teacher and quite busy, I like helping her by picking up things for the household. Occasionally, I also buy clothes for the kids because they're growing fast. For me, shopping is not about luxury. It's about fulfilling the family's needs.
Question 22. How often do you go shopping? What do you usually buy?
I go shopping once or twice a week, mostly for groceries and daily essentials. Since my wife is a teacher and quite busy, I like helping her by picking up things for the household. Occasionally, I also buy clothes for the kids because they're growing fast. For me, shopping is not about luxury, it's about fulfilling the family's needs.
Question 23. Do you prefer shopping online or in shops? Why?
I prefer shopping in shops because I like to see and check the quality of the products before buying. For example, when it comes to groceries or clothes, it's easier to judge in person. However, I sometimes use online platforms for convenience, especially if I need something quickly. But overall, I feel more confident when I shop physically.
Question 24. What kind of clothes do you usually wear?
Most of the time, I wear formal or semi-formal clothes because of my profession. At work, I'm usually in uniform, but outside, I like wearing simple shirts and trousers that feel comfortable. On weekends, I often switch to casual wear like t-shirts because it helps me relax and feel more at ease with my family.
Question 25. Do you follow fashion, or is fashion important in your country?
Personally, I don't follow fashion trends very closely because comfort matters more to me than style. However, I do notice that in Bangladesh, especially among young people, fashion is becoming more popular. They see it as a way of expressing themselves. For me, looking neat and presentable is enough, even if I'm not wearing the latest trend.
Question 26. Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house with my family, and I really like it because it gives us enough space and a sense of privacy. Living in a house also means I can arrange things more freely, and my children have room to play safely. Compared to a flat, I feel a house is more comfortable and homely.
Question 27. Can you describe your home a little?
My home is quite simple but very cozy. It has a few rooms, including a living room, bedrooms, and a small kitchen. We try to keep everything neat and well arranged so that it feels welcoming. I think the most special part of my home is the living room, where we spend quality time together as a family.
Question 28. Which room do you like the most in your house? Why?
My favorite room is the living room because it is the place where the whole family gathers. After work, I usually spend time there playing with my children or talking with my wife. It feels like the heart of our home, full of warmth and togetherness.
Question 29. How long have you lived there?
I have been living in this house for several years, and during this time, it has become a big part of my life. I have many memories here, from celebrating festivals to watching my children grow up. That's why it feels more than just a house. It feels like a part of my identity.
Question 30. Do you plan to live there for a long time?
Yes, I plan to live here for a long time because my family is settled here and we feel comfortable in this neighborhood. Of course, if I ever get a chance to move abroad for study or work, I might consider it, but for now, I want to enjoy my home life here as much as possible.
Question 31. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is traditional Bengali dishes, especially rice with fish curry. I enjoy it because it reminds me of home and family meals, and the flavors are both comforting and satisfying. Whenever I get a chance, I try to cook simple versions at home with my wife, which makes eating even more enjoyable.
Question 32. How often do you eat out? Or do you prefer home-cooked food or restaurant food?
I rarely eat out because I prefer home-cooked food, which is healthier and tastes more personal. However, on special occasions or festivals, we sometimes go to a restaurant to celebrate. I think home food also allows us to share meals as a family and create memories, which is more important than fancy dining.
Question 33. Do you like to try new kinds of food?
Yes, I enjoy trying new foods occasionally, especially when I travel or visit friends' houses. It's exciting to explore different tastes, and sometimes I discover new favorites. For example, I once tried a Japanese dish in Dhaka, and it was really delicious. I believe trying new foods is a fun way to experience culture.
Question 34. Tell me about a typical meal in your country.
A typical meal in Bangladesh usually consists of rice, lentils, vegetables, and fish or meat. Meals are balanced, nutritious, and often shared with the family. Breakfast might be lighter with bread or porridge, but lunch and dinner are more substantial. I enjoy this routine because it brings the family together and reflects our traditional lifestyle.
Question 35. Do you like watching films or TV? What kind of films do you like?
Yes, I enjoy watching films and TV shows, especially action and fantasy series. Anime is one of my favorite genres because it combines fun, excitement, and sometimes meaningful life lessons. For instance, One Punch Man is both entertaining and inspiring, and watching it helps me relax after a long day at work.
Question 36. How often do you watch TV? Or what do you usually watch?
I usually watch TV in the evening after work, mostly for about an hour. I prefer anime, news, and occasionally documentaries. This helps me unwind while keeping me informed about the world. Sometimes I watch shows with my wife and children, which also strengthens family bonds.
Question 37. Do you read books? What kind of books do you prefer?
Yes, I enjoy reading books in my free time. I prefer novels and stories that inspire or teach something meaningful. For example, I recently read a light fantasy novel that kept me engaged and also motivated me to think creatively. Reading helps me relax, learn, and sometimes gives me ideas for personal development.
Question 38. Do you prefer reading online or printed books?
I prefer printed books because I like the feel of paper and find it easier to focus. Online reading is convenient for quick articles or news, but for deep reading, I enjoy holding a book in my hand. It feels more immersive and less distracting than a screen.
Question 39. Do you use social media? Which platforms do you use most?
Yes, I use social media mainly to stay in touch with family, friends, and sometimes colleagues. I mostly use Facebook and WhatsApp because they are easy for communication and sharing updates. I try not to spend too much time on social media to maintain a balance between work, family, and personal life.
Question 40. How has technology changed your life?
Technology has made my life much more convenient and connected. With smartphones, the internet, and messaging apps, I can communicate with my family, check work updates, and even follow my favorite anime anytime. While it can be distracting at times, I feel that when used wisely, technology greatly improves efficiency and enriches personal experiences.
Question 41. What is your favorite gadget? Or how often do you use your phone?
My favorite gadget is my smartphone because it helps me stay organized, connected, and entertained. I use it several times a day, mostly to check work updates, message my family, and follow anime news or episodes. It's a tool that makes both my professional and personal life more efficient, and I find it hard to imagine a day without it.
Question 42. Do you use the internet at home? What do you usually do online?
Yes, I use the internet at home daily. I usually browse news, watch anime episodes, or search for useful tips related to work and personal growth. Sometimes I also use it to shop for essentials online. Overall, the internet has become a convenient and essential part of my routine.
Question 43. How do you travel around your city? Public transport or car or bike?
In my city, I mostly use motorbike or public transport. Motorbikes are convenient for short distances, especially during traffic hours, while public buses are useful for longer journeys. I try to choose the mode that saves time and energy so I can focus more on work and family activities.
Question 45. What means of transport do you prefer for long journeys?
For long journeys, I usually prefer buses or trains because they are more comfortable and economical. I like being able to relax during the trip instead of worrying about driving. Occasionally, for special trips with my family, we hire a car, which gives more privacy and flexibility.
Question 46. Have you ever traveled abroad? Tell me about one trip.
So far, I haven't had the chance to travel abroad, but it's something I would really like to do in the future. I imagine it would be exciting to experience new cultures, foods, and traditions. Even short trips within Bangladesh give me joy, so I am sure an international journey would be an unforgettable experience.
Question 47. Do you prefer holidays with family or with friends?
I prefer holidays with my family because I enjoy sharing experiences with them and creating lasting memories. While holidays with friends can be fun, I feel more responsible and connected when traveling with my wife and children. Family trips also strengthen bonds and allow us to enjoy simple joys together.
Question 48. How important is it to learn foreign languages?
I think learning foreign languages is
Question 1. Describe a person you admire.
The person I admire most is my wife, because she is incredibly dedicated and caring. She works as a primary school teacher, yet she always finds time to take care of our children and manage our home efficiently. I admire her patience and positivity, especially when handling stressful situations with the kids or our daily routines. Her ability to stay calm, motivate others, and balance work and family life inspires me to be a better person every day. I also admire how she manages small things that many people overlook, like making our home cozy and ensuring everything is clean and organized. Watching her handle challenges with a smile teaches me the importance of resilience and kindness in everyday life.
Question 2. Describe a teacher who has influenced you.
A teacher who influenced me the most is my high school science teacher. He was very passionate about his subject and made learning exciting by giving real-life examples. His teaching style encouraged me to think critically rather than memorize facts. Even now, I try to apply his advice about being curious and disciplined in my work and personal life. He taught me that patience and persistence can help overcome challenges. I especially remember how he used simple stories to explain difficult concepts, which made lessons enjoyable and memorable. His guidance not only improved my academic skills, but also shaped the way I approach problem solving in daily life.
Question 3. Describe a friend you have known for a long time.
I have a friend whom I have known since childhood, and our friendship has grown stronger over the years. We share common interests like sports and technology, and we often talk about life challenges and achievements. I appreciate his honesty and loyalty, as he always supports me in difficult situations. Spending time with him feels effortless, and his presence reminds me of the value of long-lasting friendships. I also enjoy recalling our old memories, like playing games together or helping each other with school projects, which makes our bond deeper. This friendship has taught me the importance of trust, understanding, and having someone who genuinely cares in life.
Question 4. Describe a family member you are close to.
I am closest to my daughter because she is lively and curious, and spending time with her is always enjoyable. Despite being only 3 years old, she asks many questions and expresses her thoughts openly, which keeps me engaged and cheerful. I feel responsible for guiding her, and our daily interactions, like playing games or reading stories together, create unforgettable memories. Being close to her also strengthens my bond with my wife as we share parenting responsibilities. I especially enjoy moments when she surprises me with her small achievements or funny remarks, which always bring a smile to my face. These interactions make me appreciate the simple joys of family life even more.
Question 5. Describe someone you met recently and enjoyed talking to.
Recently, I met a senior colleague during a training session, and I really enjoyed talking to him. He shared his experiences in the police force, offered practical advice, and encouraged me to improve my professional skills. His storytelling was both motivating and entertaining, and I learned a lot from his perspective. The conversation left a positive impression on me, and it reminded me how meaningful interactions can inspire personal growth. I especially appreciated how he explained complex situations in a simple way, making his experiences relatable and easy to understand. Talking to him not only gave me useful guidance, but also motivated me to approach my work and personal goals with more focus and enthusiasm.
Question 6. Describe a place you would like to visit.
A place I would really like to visit is Japan, because I have always been fascinated by its culture, technology, and natural beauty. I would love to explore cities like Tokyo and Kyoto, visit temples, try authentic Japanese food, and experience the cherry blossom season. Visiting Japan would also give me a chance to learn more about their customs and lifestyle, which I find very inspiring. I imagine walking through traditional streets, enjoying local delicacies, and seeing modern technology alongside historical architecture would be both exciting and memorable. This trip would not only be enjoyable, but also broaden my understanding of a completely different culture, and I hope to plan it with my family in the future.
Question 7. Describe a city you have visited and liked.
One city I have visited and really liked is Cox's Bazar. The long sandy beach and calm sea make it an ideal place to relax with my family. We spent time walking along the shore, watching the sunset, and letting my children play in the sand, which was very joyful. I also enjoyed the local food and friendly people, which made our stay even more pleasant. Cox's Bazar left a lasting impression because it offered both fun and peace, allowing us to forget the usual stress of work and daily life. Visiting this city reminded me of the importance of taking time off to connect with family and enjoy simple pleasures.
Question 8. Describe a place in your country you would recommend to others.
I would highly recommend visiting St. Martin's Island in Bangladesh to anyone who loves nature and tranquility. It is a small island with crystal clear water and a peaceful environment, perfect for a short escape from the busy city life. I went with my family last year and we enjoyed snorkeling, walking along the shore, and exploring the small local shops. The experience was refreshing and gave us quality family time. I think everyone should visit at least once to appreciate the natural beauty and calmness that is rare in today's hectic life.
Question 9. Describe a park or garden in your city.
In my city, I like visiting the District Park because it's green, spacious, and peaceful. I usually go there in the evenings with my children to let them run and play while I enjoy some fresh air. There are walking paths, benches, and small ponds that make the park enjoyable for both adults and kids. Spending time there helps me relax and clear my mind after a busy day at work. The park also provides opportunities to meet other families and socialize, which adds to the pleasant experience. I feel lucky to have such a nice place nearby for relaxation and leisure.
Question 10. Describe a place you go to relax.
My favorite place to relax is our small rooftop garden at home, where I can enjoy the fresh air and quiet environment. I often spend time there early in the morning or after work, reading a book, drinking tea, or simply watching my children play. The calmness of this space helps me forget the stress of work and daily responsibilities. Sometimes I also invite my wife to join me, and we enjoy a few peaceful moments together. This small rooftop garden may be simple, but it's very special because it provides a personal space for relaxation and reflection, making me feel refreshed and more focused.
Question 11. Describe a festival you enjoy celebrating.
My favorite festival is Eid because it brings my entire family together and creates a joyful atmosphere at home. We start by preparing delicious traditional meals, decorating the house, and shopping for new clothes. On the day of Eid, we perform prayers, exchange greetings, and share food with neighbors and relatives. I especially enjoy seeing the happiness on my children's faces when they receive gifts or go on small outings with us. Eid is not just about celebration, but also about expressing gratitude, strengthening family bonds, and spending quality time together. These moments make the festival very memorable for me every year, and I always look forward to it.
Question 12. Describe a wedding you attended.
I recently attended my cousin's wedding, and it was a wonderful experience. The ceremony was colorful, lively, and full of traditions, from the decoration to the music and dance. I enjoyed interacting with family members I hadn't met in a long time and watching my children enjoy the celebrations. The food was delicious, and everyone was cheerful and welcoming. Attending this wedding reminded me of the importance of family ties and traditions, as well as the joy that comes from celebrating together. It was a memorable day that left lasting impressions on all of us.
Question 13. Describe a party you enjoyed.
One party I really enjoyed was my friend's birthday celebration last year. It was a small gathering at his house with close friends and family. We played games, shared stories, and had a lot of laughter, which made the atmosphere very lively. I especially enjoyed the group activities, where everyone participated and contributed to the fun. Even though it was a simple party, it was memorable because of the warmth and connection among the attendees. That day reminded me that the best celebrations are not about luxury, but about enjoying moments together with people you care about.
Question 14. Describe a special event you celebrated.
A special event I celebrated recently was my son's first birthday. It was a small family gathering at home, but we made it very colorful with decorations, cake, and little gifts. We invited close relatives, played simple games, and captured lots of photographs. Watching my son's expressions when he saw the cake and balloons was truly delightful. This event was special because it marked an important milestone in his life, and it brought our family even closer. Moments like these are unforgettable and give me a deep sense of joy and fulfillment.
Question 15. Describe a time you received a gift.
I remember receiving a gift from my wife on my last birthday, and it was very thoughtful and meaningful. She gave me a set of personal planners and a small handmade card expressing her love and encouragement. I felt appreciated and loved, and it reminded me how meaningful simple gestures can be. Gifts are not just about their material value, but the thought and effort behind them that make them special. This experience strengthened our bond and made my birthday truly memorable.
Question 16. Describe a book you have read recently.
A book I recently read is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Question 16. Describe a book you have read recently.
A book I recently read is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and I found it very inspiring. The story is about following your dreams and listening to your heart, which resonates with me as I try to balance my professional life and family responsibilities. I enjoyed how the author used simple yet meaningful language to convey deep life lessons. Reading this book encouraged me to reflect on my goals, be patient, and stay persistent even when challenges arise. I also found myself sharing some ideas from the book with my wife, which sparked interesting conversations about dreams and life choices.
Question 17. Describe a subject you enjoyed studying.
When I was in school, I really enjoyed studying science because it helped me understand how things work in the world around me. I liked conducting small experiments, asking questions, and finding logical answers. Science taught me to think critically and observe details carefully, skills that are useful even now in my work as a police officer. I also enjoyed discussing scientific ideas with my classmates, which made learning more interactive and fun. This subject not only increased my curiosity, but also taught me problem-solving techniques that I still apply in daily life.
Question 18. Describe a skill you would like to learn.
One skill I would like to learn is cooking international cuisine, especially dishes from Japan and Italy. Although I already cook basic meals at home, I want to expand my skills and experiment with new recipes. Learning this skill would allow me to surprise my family with special meals and also make cooking more enjoyable as a hobby. I plan to watch online tutorials, practice regularly, and gradually improve. Mastering this skill would not only be fun, but also give me a sense of achievement and creativity in my personal life.
Question 19. Describe a hobby you enjoy.
One hobby I really enjoy is watching anime, particularly action comedy series like One Punch Man and Battle Through the Heavens. I usually watch them in the evenings after finishing my work and spending time with my children. This hobby helps me relax, escape from daily stress, and enjoy entertaining stories with strong characters and vivid visuals. I sometimes discuss episodes with my wife or friends, which makes it even more engaging. Anime not only provides fun, but also inspires me with lessons about perseverance, teamwork, and strategy.
Question 20. Describe an activity you do in your free time.
In my free time, I like cleaning and organizing small spaces at home or at the office because it gives me a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. While it may sound simple, I enjoy arranging things neatly, disinfecting surfaces, and creating an orderly environment. This activity helps me focus, reduces stress, and makes the surroundings more pleasant for everyone. I also involve my children in small tasks sometimes, which teaches them responsibility in a fun way. Free time activities like this are meaningful because they improve both my mood and daily life organization.
Question 21. Describe a pet you have or would like to have.
I would love to have a small dog as a pet because dogs are loyal, friendly, and bring joy to a home. Having a pet would allow me and my children to learn responsibility, empathy, and care for another living being. I imagine spending time playing, walking, and teaching the dog simple tricks, which would also be a fun family activity. A pet can also reduce stress and provide companionship, especially during quiet evenings at home. The idea of having a playful dog around makes our home feel more lively, and I hope to adopt one once our children are a bit older so we can enjoy the experience together.
Question 22. Describe an animal you find interesting.
One animal I find extremely interesting is the tiger because it is strong, graceful, and powerful. I've always admired its majestic appearance and hunting skills, which show both intelligence and survival instincts. Even though I have only seen tigers in documentaries and a wildlife sanctuary, learning about their behavior and habitat fascinates me. Tigers also remind me of the importance of protecting wildlife, as they are endangered due to human activities. Studying and observing such an amazing animal inspires respect for nature and the balance of ecosystems.
Question 23. Describe an environmental issue in your area.
A major environmental issue in my city is pollution, especially air and plastic waste. Traffic congestion and industrial smoke make the air unhealthy, and plastic litter clogs drains and harms animals. I try to do my part by reducing plastic use, keeping my surroundings clean, and educating my family about recycling. Community awareness programs and occasional volunteer cleanup activities also help tackle the problem. Addressing this issue is crucial because a clean environment directly affects our health, children's future, and overall quality of life. It reminds me that even small individual efforts can create a big positive impact.
Question 24. Describe a trip you took.
One of the most memorable trips I took was to Cox's Bazar with my family last year. We enjoyed walking along the long sandy beach, watching the sunset, and letting our children play in the water. The food, local culture, and friendly people made the experience even more enjoyable. This trip was special because it allowed us to spend quality time together, away from the stress of work and daily routines. I also learned how planning and teamwork are important during family trips as we coordinated travel, food, and activities smoothly. It was not only relaxing, but also created unforgettable memories for everyone.
Question 25. Describe a piece of technology you find useful.
A piece of technology I find extremely useful is my smartphone because it helps me stay connected, organized, and informed. I use it for communication with my family, managing work schedules, and accessing educational content or news. Smartphones also allow me to track finances, control household tasks, and enjoy leisure activities like watching videos or anime. What makes it even more valuable is the ability to stay in touch with friends and relatives far away, which strengthens relationships. Overall, it simplifies daily life, improves efficiency, and provides entertainment, making it an indispensable tool in today's world.
Question 26. Describe a healthy habit you follow.
One healthy habit I follow is maintaining a balanced diet along with regular exercise. I try to eat fresh vegetables, fruits, and protein-rich foods while avoiding excessive junk food. Early in the morning, I do light stretching and a short walk, which helps me stay energetic throughout the day. This habit has improved my overall health, mood, and concentration at work. I also involve my family in small fitness activities like walking together in the evening, which encourages them to be healthy as well. Maintaining this routine reminds me that small, consistent efforts make a significant difference in long-term well-being.
Question 27. Describe a work experience you enjoyed.
One work experience I truly enjoyed was participating in a community policing program where we organized safety awareness campaigns. I worked with my colleagues to educate local people about traffic rules and home safety. The experience was rewarding because I could directly help others and see positive changes in the community. It also improved my teamwork, communication, and organizational skills. Engaging with the public in a meaningful way made me feel proud of my profession and reinforced the idea that helping others can be both satisfying and motivating.
Question 28. Describe a skill you would like to learn for the future.
A skill I would like to learn for the future is digital data analysis because it's becoming increasingly important in every field. Understanding data trends, using software tools, and interpreting statistics could help me make better decisions in work and personal projects. I plan to take online courses and practice using real-life examples to gradually improve. Learning this skill would not only enhance my professional capabilities, but also give me confidence in problem solving and planning. I believe that investing time in future-oriented skills is essential to stay adaptable in a rapidly changing world.
Question 30. Describe a time you balanced work and personal life.
Recently, I had a very busy week at work, but I managed to balance my duties with spending quality time with my family. I prioritized tasks, delegated where possible, and made sure to reserve evenings for my children and wife. We had dinner together, shared stories, and played small games, which created joyful moments despite my hectic schedule. Balancing work and family reminded me that proper planning, patience, and setting boundaries are key to maintaining harmony. It also showed me that success is not just about work achievements, but also about nurturing relationships and personal well-being.
Question 30. Describe a health-related change you would like to make.
One health-related change I would like to make is to incorporate more regular physical exercise into my daily routine. Although I maintain a healthy diet, I often find it hard to dedicate enough time to exercise due to work and family responsibilities. I plan to schedule short workout sessions in the morning or evening and gradually increase their duration. Making this change would improve my stamina, reduce stress, and boost overall energy levels. I believe that investing in physical health now will benefit both my professional performance and family life in the long run.